Fofana, 12 million. Aubameyang, 12 million. Kane Chukwuemeka, 18 million. Kalidou Koulibaly, 38 million. Benoit Badiashile, 38 million. Raheem Sterling, 56 million. Marc Cucurella, 65 million. Wesley Fofana, 80 million. 281 million pounds, 319 million euros, and $336 million in total. And they're in 10th. This is a ridiculous squad that I label title contenders in July. This team is a dumpster fire, and something has to change now. And to add insult to injury, City have done a double over them in just 4 days, including a 4-0 drubbing today. Todd Boehly has pumped this club full of money, and they went out and got that guy in Graham Potter. But all of a sudden, he no longer seems like that guy to lead Chelsea forward just 4 months into his job. So let's answer this headline question: should he be sacked? The short answer is no, but the long answer is far more convoluted and much tougher to read. For example, most of the issues aren't even his fault in the first place. The squad isn't really good enough at this point, with no striker up front aside for an aging Aubameyang who just seems to be more of an attitude issue than a real striker. Looking towards the Premier League game against City, his subs in the real crunch time of the game were Conor Gallagher, a 22-year-old, albeit talented midfielder, Omar Hutchinson, an 18-year-old Premier League debutant and winger, and Lewis Hall, an 18-year-old fullback. And that's hardly a top 4 or title contending bench. Injuries have also crippled this team so far, with 11 starting caliber players injured at this point. And this has left Potter with a reduced squad full of some very, very talented youngsters, but they are youngsters and guys that aren't really used to playing at this level. He also can't entirely be blamed for the transfer gluttony of Todd Boehly. And yes, it is gluttony. That much in a window and a week or so of the January transfer window is just outrageous. He's going to be the fall guy for Boehly's mistakes, and that's going to lead to even more headlines. Chelsea should probably keep Potter at this point, but they should also avoid all European competitions next year. They're far better off not touching any European competitions and strictly focusing on the League, the Carabao Cup, and the FA. There are enough games in the season as it is, just to add a European competition, and it's probably going to be the Conference League or the Europa League if they're lucky. That's not a competition you really need to win as a top 4 caliber team, and they should focus on getting themselves back in the Champions League and back into contending for the title. Potter also needs the summer window. He was brought in September and hasn't really got his guys yet, albeit they've spent a lot of money, but they might not be the guys for Potter's system. I think he needs to use the summer window, rebuild the squad to his liking, and if they're still underperforming by September, then you should probably get rid of him. However, if he fails to pick up at least 4 points between the games against Fulham and Crystal Palace, he should probably be gone. That's it for today. Hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you guys next time.